Be me.
And Erin is convinced that it's going to be her. That's coming up next. Right now, traffic. Here's Ruben.
Still keeping a close eye on that heavy backed up traffic on I-49 northbound near Southern Loop due to an accident. And we have some heavy backed up traffic on Benton Road just north of I-220 in Bossier City. If you have anything to report to us, please give us a call at our Planet Fitness traffic hotline. That's 687-ROAD.
Arklatex looking increasingly wet with showers in the forecast later this week, especially Wednesday into Thursday. Partly cloudy today at 67, clouds tonight low 52. Peaks of sunshine tomorrow with a high 71, and showers likely Wednesday 64, more rain Thursday, high 60. Richard Lettigan, the Weather Channel.
Twenty-two past 8 o'clock. Here's Fletch KEEL Sports Time.
Good morning from the sports desk of 1130 The Tiger. This is Tim Fletcher. The New Orleans Saints found themselves down 17-7 to the Baltimore Ravens in the second half, and then Drew Brees did what no team has done against the Baltimore Ravens all season long, scored a touchdown. Alvin Kamara's 2-yard touchdown run cut the lead to 17-14 with 4:50 to go. Drew Brees connected with Michael Thomas from 5 yards out for the Saints' second touchdown in the second half to give New Orleans a 21-17 lead. And then, speaking of things that just don't happen, Joe Flacco moved the Ravens all the way down the field, connected for a 14-yard touchdown to Josh Brown with 24 seconds to go in the game, out-trots Justin Tucker. As a 17-year-old high school senior at Austin Westlake, Tucker was 40 for 40 on extra points. As a University of Texas Longhorn, for 3 seasons, he was 71 for 71. In the NFL, he was 245 for 245 in extra points, but he absolutely pushed this one off to the right, and the Saints win 24-23, improving to 5-1. Moments later, with Dallas trailing 20-17 against the Redskins, Brett Maher was lined up for a 47-yard game-tying field goal on the final play of the game, but a penalty on long snapper L.P. Ladouceur moved the kick 5 yards back, and that's 5 yards made the difference. Maher's attempt boinked off the right upright, and the Redskins win 20-17. The Houston Texans humbled Jacksonville 20-7, sending Blake Bortles to the bench. And for LSU fans, you're probably aware, but just in case, there is no appeal to get Devin White back on the field in the first half against Alabama in 2 weeks. White, out of Northwestern High School, ejected for a controversial targeting penalty against Mississippi State, will miss the first half showdown with top-ranked Alabama in 2 weeks. From the sports desk of 1130 The Tiger, this is Tim Fletcher.
1017 FM and 710 Keel, 25 past 8 o'clock. Robert and Erin. The chances of you winning the Mega Millions tomorrow night is literally the same as taking the name of everyone in the United States, dropping all their names into a hat, albeit a big hat, and pulling one name out and it being yours. You do realize that.
Can I enjoy the dream? Can I enjoy the
It's
pleasure?
not so much the enjoying the dream,
the excitement that bubbles in my innards?
It's the way you respond when you don't win.
Yeah.
Tell everybody what you did.
When I found out there was a winning ticket in Louisiana.
No. This has to do with real estate.
Oh, I was shopping for real estate last night.
Explain to everybody. Now, she just doesn't go online and look for homes.
I email the realtors and find out when the next open house is and think about scheduling appointments. I don't make anyone go out.
What time
yet.
is this like on a is this on say a weekday afternoon, or would this be, say, theoretically on a weekend night?
Weekend night.
Around 10 p.m.
Yeah, typically, yeah. After a glass or two of wine. I'm shopping for homes not only here. Mm-hmm. I'm shopping for places in along the beach in Florida, California,
right,
Denver, Manhattan, and I'm even thinking of New Orleans. I'm thinking about having several spots where I can just hoppity hop around.
Not to mess up your dream.
Yeah.
I mean, if you want to look, let's assume you win, and I've said this to you 1,000 times. Mm-hmm. Why on earth you would want to own homes in all these places when you can stay in the nicest hotel for as long as you want and never be considered a resident, and then they try to tax you? Remember now, I don't know what the rule is. If you spend more than 3, it may be 5 or 7 days a year in New York, you're a resident, and they tax your income as though you're there year-round.
Okay, we'll ixnay that off the list.
Just trying to help.
Yeah, but I'm going to pay the taxes on it right up front. I mean, I'm going to pay, whatever my lump sum is. It's going to be some crazy amount.
Make a little interest, I would assume.
It's going to be $1 billion lump sum.
You're going to invest that, I assume, and make some money, or you're going to put it in a checking account and just go to the drive-thru and get the slot.
I'm going to become the Erin McCarty Charitable Foundation, and I'm going to give a lot of it to charities. That's my goal.
Mega Millions tomorrow night. The jackpot is expected to approach $2 billion.
My tailbone is getting cuddly.
Your chances of winning are 302 million to 1.
I've heard you say that. Whatever.
On Wednesday night, the Powerball jackpot, which should end up being about $750 million.
Yeah.
A little better odds at 292 million to 1.
That's okay. That's okay. We can dream. We can have fun shopping. There's some great homes for sale on Fairfield. Did you know?
The thing that marvels me about this is that you get so juiced and so psyched up and put so much emotional energy into the possibility of winning $1 billion. When you don't go out and buy a ticket when it's only 40 or 50 or 60 million more money than you could ever spend, and you look at it and go,
that's just chump change.
Chump change.
Yeah, I don't want that.
You know what the worst part about her getting all juiced and it's okay to dream, cheerleader attitude? You know what the worst part about it is? She drags all of us down into her nightmare when she doesn't win.
29 past 8 o'clock, 1017 FM, 710 Keel. Traffic update, Ruben's here.
Still keeping an eye on some slow-moving traffic on Texas Street in downtown Shreveport, and we have some traffic delays on Shed Road near Airline Drive in Bossier City. If you have anything to report to us, please give us a call at our Planet Fitness traffic hotline. That's 687-ROAD.
Arklatex looking increasingly wet with showers in the forecast later this week, especially Wednesday into Thursday. Partly cloudy today at 67, clouds tonight, low 52. Peaks of sunshine tomorrow with a high 71, and showers likely Wednesday, 64. More rain Thursday, high 60. Richard Wettigood, the Weather Channel.
information. KEEL News now.
A teenager recovering after being shot late last night in Shreveport. The teenager was apparently walking with some friends near Frederick Street and Murtis Avenue when a car pulled up. Someone in that car opened fire. More than 20 shots were fired. The teenager suffered a serious gunshot wound to the head. He is in very critical condition. The investigation continues into that shooting. Bossier police still investigating a shooting that happened at the Horseshoe parking garage on Friday night. It happened just before 9 p.m. on the 5th floor of the garage. Both men involved were dealers at the casino and knew each other. Police believe one man shot and killed the other, then turned the gun on himself. That investigation continues. With key issues on the ballot like mayoral races and constitutional amendments, voting in the upcoming election is important. If you think you may not be able to hit the ballot box, early voting is now open. Louisiana residents can cast their ballots through October 30th. Arkansas residents can vote through November 5th. November 2nd is the cutoff date in Texas. School district to have a community meeting after a teacher is arrested for rape. Matt Parker with that.
The Bossier Parish School District will be holding a community meeting Tuesday at Benton High School after the recent arrest of a teacher and coach. The meeting will focus on how parents can talk about the situation with their children. Representatives from Gingerbread House will also be on hand to offer their support and service. Aubrey Norcross, a teacher at Benton Elementary, was arrested last week on rape and video voyeurism charges. From 101.7 FM and 710 KEEL, I'm Matt Parker.
Some changes coming to prayer vigils involving police officers. Deborah Livings-Kelly telling KEEL News police can no longer publicize the events and public facilities cannot be used, and officers participating have to be off duty.
Any officer, anyone in the community can attend. They have to just do it on their own time. From what I understand, most officers who came to our prayer vigils before did it on their own time.
This comes after the Freedom from Religion Foundation raised questions about the use of public money to sponsor or promote religious events. The Workforce Commission celebrating 12 months of job gains across Louisiana. The Bayou States added 19,900 non-farm jobs since September of last year. Secretary Ava DeJoy says quite a few industries saw year-to-year gains. Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Lake Charles, the biggest gains over the year. But one small community in southeast Louisiana showed a remarkable jump in job opportunities since September of last year.
Last month, Hammond had a series high that they reached last month, but over the year, they've had an 800 job change over the year.
Despite the gains, the Bureau of Labor Statistics puts the state's unemployment rate at 5%, third highest in the nation. The Ag Department says they anticipate the first batch of medical marijuana to be tested around mid-November. Commissioner Mike Strain attends a meeting today amid concerns from licensed medical marijuana pharmacies that the product will not be available this year. Strain says the grower GB Sciences has harvested its first plants.
They have harvested the first initial stock from the pod, and the pod is where they have, a small number of plants. And basically we allowed them to get started so they could get their equipment in place.
The project, though, hit a new roadblock related to testing the pot to make sure it's safe for consumption. With the Mega Millions lottery jackpot at a record $1.6 billion and growing by the hour, people are snapping up tickets all across the U.S. The drawing is tomorrow night. The Powerball jackpot's also up to $620 million for Wednesday's drawing. I'm Erin McCarty on 101.7 FM and 710 KEEL.
1017 FM and 101. Trust me, you want to stick around for at least the next 3 or 4 minutes. 1017 FM and 710 Keel, Robert and Erin. The reprehensible Erin McCarty.
So bad.
I hate to spend 2 consecutive segments on your reprehensibility, but it seems the obvious thing to do.
Yeah.
LSU is ranked where this week?
4th in the coaches and AP
but
poll.
honestly, none of that really matters. The
No.
first, what was it? The CBS, CFP, CAO, UCLA, SOB, US. I don't know what it's called. College football bowl series thing. The one that matters.
Yeah.
Happens in what, a couple of weeks?
Next Tuesday.
Right before the Bama game. Yeah.
Have you seen Alabama play?
Yes, I've seen them play every single cupcake they've had on their schedule.
And you think they're, pardon my language in advance, you think Alabama is an overrated candy-ass team?
Come on. Look at who they've played. Who does LSU play from the SEC East? Do you have a clue?
They played Georgia.
They played Florida.
Well, Florida ain't that good, but go ahead.
Florida beat us.
They ain't that good.
Florida's pretty good.
Who does Alabama play from the East? Let's see. The Red Velvet Vols and the Kosher Cupcake Kentucky Wildcats. I don't know. They play these cupcakes all season.
So what you're telling me is the Alabama team, and I'll repeat myself from a couple of hours ago, what you're telling me is based on your college football expertise, is that the Alabama team that people have seen, what are they, 7-0 right now?
Yeah.
The Alabama Crimson Tide, which many experts regard as this year's team being among the greatest, if not the greatest college football team of all time.
They're good.
You're saying that they're overrated,
They're untested.
that they haven't played anybody,
Nobody.
that they are, to use your term, untested, and that the Alabama LSU game in less than 2 weeks is going to be a lot tighter a contest than anyone thinks.
Need some icing on their cupcakes. Tigers will be
So
it.
tell everybody what you're doing. You want tickets. She wants
this is
tickets.
so sleazy.
Go ahead.
This is so sleazy. All state lawmakers have a shot. They're offered the opportunity to buy 2 tickets to LSU games. They can buy a package, a season ticket package.
Up front, I guess.
Up front, they have to pay for it. Includes parking.
Now,
all
they
that
used to
good
get
stuff.
these for free, right?
They used to get them for free. Back in the day, they were free. They got 2 tickets to every game for free.
I
They
miss
stopped
the-
that.
I miss the day.
Boy, do I miss those good old days.
Yeah,
No
go ahead.
doubt. So my
Idea.
sleazy self asked all of our area lawmakers if I said, I know this is a long shot, but I'm looking to buy LSU Bama tickets if you hear of anyone selling. So I sent that out to all of our lawmakers. I haven't had
Political,
any.
let me see if I got this right.
Oh, left, right, center,
Political affiliations aside.
east, west, I didn't care.
From Barrow Peacock to Greg Tarver,
All-
from Cedric Glover to Dodie Horton and Raymond Cruz.
All up and down the line.
You're sending emails basically
Texts.
begging for LSU tickets.
Yeah, pretty much. I got this from our buddy Larry in Logansport. I'll be on the lookout for 2 or more for you. I'm like, cool. Thank
That's
you very much.
Representative Bagley.
Yeah. Dodie Horton wants to know how many you need. I said 2. She said, I'll be on the lookout.
They're
Let's
all
see.
basically saying, I'll be on the lookout.
Sam Jenkins. Okay, I'll let you know if I hear anything. Haven't gotten any yet, but they're working on it. I'm on their list. Oh, one did tell me, you're about the 20th person to ask me for those, but I'll keep my ear to the ground.
Get in line, kid.
Yeah.
839, it's 1017 FM, 710 Keel. I can't wait to see how this... You got 2. These people have no idea how persistent...
Oh,
You
I'm
can-
relentless.
Traffic update, here's Ruben.
Still keeping an eye on some slow-moving traffic on Texas Street in downtown Shreveport, and we have some traffic delays on Shed Road near Airline Drive in Bossier City. If you have anything to report to us, please give us a call at our Planet Fitness traffic hotline. That's 687-ROAD.
Arklatex looking increasingly wet with showers in the forecast later this week, especially Wednesday into Thursday. Partly cloudy today at 67, clouds tonight, low 52. Peaks of sunshine tomorrow with a high 71, and showers likely Wednesday 64, more rain Thursday, high 60. Richard Wettigan, the Weather Channel.
Just to put a little cherry on the last segment, so to speak.
Oh, boy.
You literally emailed or texted Senator Greg Tarver.
Of course I did.
Wanting to know if he could hook you up with LSU Alabama tickets.
I did. I texted him. He doesn't text very often, so I may have to call him.
101.7 FM, 710 Keel, Robert and Erin, it's 8:42. Okay, so I was out last week. You said earlier on, new news in the Shreveport mayor's race. Is there anything really worth talking about other than the fact, and I was surprised to see, I wasn't surprised to see. That was hyperbole, and I apologize. I was not surprised to see. Someone else said to me, wow, a couple of mayor's forums last week, and Miss Ollie didn't attend either one. I was kind of surprised to see that.
Wait. There were 3.
And she attended
one
of the 3.
But the problem is these were the 3 televised ones. So these were the ones where the whole community could watch. These were the ones where, not where they're speaking to 20 people in a crowd, in a room. These were the ones where the whole city could watch. And here, because there's more to that story than you're telling. Let me tell you the full story real quick.
No, go ahead.
Because these were all sponsored by the Shreveport Chamber. They were going to be done by each of the local TV stations, one night, next night. And the mayor confirmed with the chamber. I was told by chamber officials she confirmed for 2 of them. She confirmed she would be there for 2 of them. She got criticized for not being at all 3, but the chamber folks told me no, we knew she was only coming to 2. And then she canceled. She attended the first one, but she canceled the one she confirmed for the prior week, saying she had another commitment.
So she had committed to numbers 1, 2, and not 3?
Don't know which one,
but
I know
made number 1.
She made number 1. I know the Wednesday night forum. When there was a forum Wednesday night, I was sent video of Miss Ollie at a local church service, the Zion Baptist Church, where she apparently got the endorsement of the preacher there.
So she's certainly out there campaigning.
She was at a church event that perhaps she committed to them before this forum and didn't realize it. I don't know. But so she could not make the Wednesday night nor the Thursday night.
How many people were at this?
It was a small group. It wasn't a big church gathering. No, it was 20 or 30 people. It wasn't a big gathering. But, if she's like me, if I made the commitment to you first, I'm so sorry to the second person I committed to. I made it to them first.
But the chamber person told you she had previously committed to 2.
She had committed to 2.
And then canceled 1. Quick
and
answer.
That may be because she was double booked and didn't realize it.
Yay or nay, yes or no? She's acting like a candidate who knows she's 5, 6, 7 points ahead.
Yeah, but there's another forum tomorrow night, so I'm curious to see if she's going to show up to that. It's on race relations, racial injustice in our city, and it's sponsored by the YW. And
Which of
I'm
those
curious,
is it? That's 2 different topics.
Racial injustice, I think, is the topic. I'll have to look it up, but to see what they actually pinned it down to. But I'm curious to see if she's going to go to that one tomorrow night. Not sure.
A text I received last evening from a local, let's say, political operative, a local political insider.
Mm-hmm.
We should be getting results of a poll that asked 3 questions. We should be getting the results tomorrow, meaning today.
Mm-hmm.
Number 1, do you want someone other than Ollie Tyler as mayor? 2, head up, Jim Talaferro versus Ollie. Number 3, head-to-head, Leo Savage against Ollie Tyler. I will get you the info when it comes in, signed, local political operative. And I sent back, I responded, is this another, what was it, JMC? Was that the Baton Rouge poll company? Hold on, I've got it right here.
I think it is JMC, yeah.
JMC Enterprises. The fellow's name was John Cuvion. Do you have his text? Do you have his phone number?
I do, not
Can
handy.
you send him an email? That's all right. There's no hurry. Just shoot him a quick text and see if they did another flash poll, another weekend poll
right
in this area, because he was the one that did the last one. And that may be, and based on the questions that he would at least tell us that were on the JMC poll, it sounds to be very much in line with the previous survey that they took, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I'll send him a note and say, see whether he's done it or not.
I gotta tell you something. And it one of the things when we do interviews, there are a couple of things that you and I sort of disagree on in how we approach them. I approach them like a talk show guy, like it's a conversation. You approach it more in terms of a news interview where you're looking for sound bites.
Mm-hmm.
And when we do interviews, it's how do I phrase this? It's not as important to me. Well, I apologize. Let me back up and frame it this way. I have for the last 6 weeks or so said on the radio a bunch of times, I said, or I've asked the question, is it important whether or not, or how the local candidates for mayor, is it important how they stand on national issues or state issues? Or is it just, what do I say all the time? Everybody's a Republican at election time.
Mm-hmm.
It's about law and order and crime and jobs and the economy.
Right.
But then I said a lot of the candidates, specifically the ones that are Democrats, I'm assuming, but I think it's a pretty good assumption, that when they go vote for national elections, they're going to vote for Democrat candidates that seem to be taking the stance that is diametrically, that is the opposite of the positions that the local candidates take. And the point I was going to make was, you say you should ask them that. And I say I don't want to really ambush them, in my mind, ambush them with such a complex question. And you say, part of you goes, well, that'd be okay.
Yeah.
And my stance is no, because I really feel like I want to hear their best answer. I don't want to hear their first answer. Does that make sense to you?
Right.
So I think what I'm going to do is phrase that question and email it to all 5 of the major candidates and see how they respond. We got to go to break. We'll talk about it more when we get back. 849, 1017 FM, 710 KEEL, the Weather Channel forecast. Sunny and cooler today. High today, barely above 60. Right now, 48. Here comes Your Money Now, brought to us by Barksdale Federal Credit Union.
You're listening to American Ground Radio's Morning Minute.
Several candidates running for Shreveport's mayor promising brand new programs that will cost a lot of money.
No, the problem Shreveport is dealing with is not a lack of new ideas. Adrian Perkins, for example, wants to set aside $400 million to construct a city-owned broadband network. Stephen Jackson, he wants to establish a universal pre-K program for kids at a cost of $30 million per year. Shreveport does not need any more bright, shiny objects. That's not innovation. It's the pursuit of the make-believe. And instead, we need to elect a mayor that has more gray hairs than wild ones.
American Ground Radio, where building a better America begins with building a better us. Return each weeknight from 6 to 7 p.m. with Louis R. Avalone and Stephen Parr on 101.7 FM and 710 KEEL and streaming live at KEELnews.com.
.101.7 FM and 710 KEEL. Do you think that's a good idea or a bad one? I mean, for me to email them that question.
I think it's okay.
I mean, I'm not concerned about, no. I'm not concerned about asking them. I want to get their best answer. I don't want to spring it on them in a studio setting.
Right.
And not know I want them to know it's coming. I want them to think about why their stance on national issues might matter in a mayoral election. How do they feel about open borders? How do they feel about the Trump tax cuts? How do they feel, to bring it a little more local, but on the state level, do they think that John Bell pushing for that 40 cent a gallon gas tax increase was a good idea? Do they think the rollover, wait, it wasn't a rollover, it's a new tax, the almost, what is it? How much is the new sales tax?
It's a little over half a penny.
That was it. I was thinking about I was thinking a nickel. I couldn't get the 5 out of my head. I mean, is the governor's position on those things as it relates to you, how you feel about those, is that important that we know? And I think it kind of is. Because especially at the state level, that the decisions economically that affect businesses, that affect your taxes, your take-home pay, that affects us here in Shreveport.
They're going to line up with how their party lines up, though. I mean,
no. So what you're telling me is
they will.
What you're telling me right now is that if I ask them that, Ollie Tyler and Adrian Perkins and Stephen Jackson are all going to say I'm in favor of a 40 cent a gallon gas tax increase because the governor is. Do you really think they'd say that? I'm in favor
They're not
of those.
going to go there, but that's how they feel.
So if I ask them that.
They're not going to answer that.
But you will at
That's
least.
a state issue, and
you
that's
will
not
at-
something the
but
mayor
state
gets involved in.
issues do matter.
They're not going to go there, though, with you.
Back
They're going to
tomorrow
avoid it as big as they can.
Got to go. Back tomorrow morning, 6 till 9. It's 8:57. Here's Kim Commando on KEEL.
New York City, the traffic, the noise. But there's a new force to take a bite out of crime in the Big Apple. Robots. Kim Commando with your Consumer Tech Update. Get the free Commando podcasts available on Apple Podcasts and Google Play. In certain parts of Manhattan, robots have taken to the streets. This robot is about 6 feet tall and looks like Eve from the movie WALL-E. Each one has 5 cameras that watch people walking on the sidewalks, record license plate numbers, detect heat in objects, and track which cell phone serial numbers are within a designated area. Using artificial intelligence, the robot is able to distinguish a criminal from a passerby. It also knows to alert authorities when danger is detected. Nightscope, makers of the robot, says that the data is secure and fed right to the cloud. It costs between $6 and $12 an hour for a new robot to hit the streets. In New York, I give it 30 minutes before someone knocks it over or strips it for parts. I am Kim Commando.
Here's some exciting news. As a company, SimpliSafe is now valued at $1 billion. Not only that, more than 2 million homes are now protected with an incredible SimpliSafe system. SimpliSafe is comprehensive protection for your home with round-the-clock professional monitoring that will bring the police anytime there's even the slightest hint of a problem. And SimpliSafe is built for the unexpected. It's loaded with safeguards that keep your system working even during the power and Wi-Fi outages. Even if a burglar smashes your keypad, the police will still be on their way. And the system is so easy to use. It's incredibly intuitive. It takes only minutes to set up in your home. Order your SimpliSafe system now. As a listener of the Kim Commando Show, you get free shipping and free returns. Visit simplysafekim.com. simplysafekim.com to protect your home with SimpliSafe today. That's simplysafekim.com.
Still keeping an eye on some slow-moving traffic on I-49 northbound near Southern Loop. And we have some traffic delays on Texas Street in downtown Shreveport. If you have anything to report to us, please give us a call at our Planet Fitness traffic hotline. That's 687-ROAD.
Arklatex looking increasingly wet with showers in the forecast later this week, especially Wednesday into Thursday. Partly cloudy today at 67, clouds tonight, low 52. Peaks of sunshine tomorrow with a high 71, and showers likely Wednesday 64, more rain Thursday, high 60. Richard Wettigan, the Weather Channel.
Breaking news and trending talk. This is 101.7 FM and 710 KEEL. KEEL, Shreveport.